So, have you ever wondered what really separates the people who crush it in a tough tech program from those who, well, don't? What's the secret sauce? In this explainer, we're going to crack that code. We're taking a real world progress report from a tech program and turning it into a blueprint that pretty much anyone can use to succeed. All right, let's get right into it. Okay, right off the bat, the program's mentor, Ameafule Chukwemeka, lays it all out. The session underscored the importance of discipline, self-faithfulness, and adherence to instructions. You can feel the tone right there, can't you? It's serious. This tells us that success in this program isn't just about knowing how to code. Nope, it's built on something deeper. Personal discipline, staying true to yourself and, actually following the instructions.
So here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll talk about the foundation, the basic rules of engagement. Then we'll get into your professional tech toolkit. After that, we'll look at how to solve some of those common learning hurdles we all face. Then we'll see how your progress is measured. And finally, we'll check out the path forward to some really cool advanced skills.
All right, let's kick things off with section 1, the foundation, the rules of engagement. This is all about commitment, right? It's about having the right mindset from the get-go. And listen, they are not messing around here. The stakes are high. This isn't some casual, learn-at-your-own-pace kind of deal. If you don't comply, if you're not putting in the effort, you could actually get moved out of the advanced tracks. The message is crystal clear. You have to earn your spot here through pure dedication. So, what does that commitment actually look like day to day? Well, it really boils down to these core principles. We're talking about discipline, just showing up and doing the work. Self-faithfulness, believing that you can actually do this. And here it is again, strict adherence to instructions. And consistent effort, active participation. Look, these aren't just nice suggestions. They're the absolute non-negotiable pillars you need to build on if you want to move forward. Okay, let's move on to section 2, your professional tech toolkit. We're going to talk about mastering the platforms that are essential, not just for this program, but for your whole career. First up, let's talk about LinkedIn. A platform that can feel a little intimidating, especially when you're just starting out. But I love the way this program frames it. They say it's not just for high achievers who've already made it. Think of it more like your personal workshop, a place to network, find learning opportunities, and really showcase your growth as it's happening. So where do you even begin? Well, the mentor breaks it down into 3 simple, super actionable steps. First, the picture. Just needs to be a clear, professional-looking headshot. Easy enough. Second, the headline. Keep it concise, state what you're interested in, what your focus is, and third, that about section. This is your chance to tell your story, your growth, your skills. The key here, and this is so important, is to be authentic. It's not about being arrogant, but look, just having a profile sitting there isn't going to cut it. You've got to actually use it. The trick is to think of it as a community, not just a place to broadcast your resume. You should share personal posts about what you're learning, your achievements, little wins. The LinkedIn algorithm actually loves that stuff. And learn from pros you admire, apply their advice, comment on posts, like things. That's how you really start to build your visibility and create a genuine network. All right, so we've covered the mindset and the tools. But now let's get real. Learning is hard, and you're going to hit roadblocks. That brings us to section 3, solving common learning hurdles. The goal here isn't just to fix problems, it's to see them as what they really are, opportunities to grow. I mean, come on, who hasn't felt this way? You open up a new tool like GitHub for the first time and just feel totally overwhelmed. It's a universal feeling. And what's great is that the program just acknowledges it. They're like, yep, we get it. And that makes it a much better starting point for finding solutions that actually work. And this is a perfect example of how sometimes the fix is way simpler than you think. So one of the participants, David, was having this issue. His image file for his GitHub profile was just too big. The mentor's advice? Just use a simple online image compression tool. That's it. The lesson here is huge. Don't let these small technical hiccups completely stop you in your tracks. Okay, now for a problem I think we've all had. Struggling with the basic commands and just finding your way around GitHub. The advice here for Osinashi and Eileman is honestly pure gold for anyone learning anything technical. The mentor says, find step-by-step tutorials on YouTube. But here's the game-changing part. Use a split screen. Have the video playing on one side of your monitor and your own terminal on the other. Practice along with the video step by step. That's how you really learn. Okay, so you're putting in the work, you're figuring out problems, but how is all of that effort actually getting measured? That's what section 4 is all about, how your progress is measured. using what they call the 4 pillars of a high-quality submission. And these evaluation criteria show that it's about so much more than just, getting the answer right. They're looking at the clarity of your communication. Can you explain your thoughts logically? They're checking your tool proficiency. Are you using things like Notion effectively? They're looking at your work structure. Is it organized and easy to read? And yep, we're coming full circle here. They're looking at your adherence to instructions. And this is the so what of it all. This is why this stuff really matters. These aren't just arbitrary rules to give you a score. Each one of these metrics is designed to help you build the actual skills you'll need out there in the tech world. This is how you start building a professional reputation, literally one assignment at a time. All right, we're in the home stretch. Let's wrap this up by looking at where all this hard work is actually heading. Section 5 is the path forward, and it's all about the advanced skills waiting for everyone who sticks with it. And man, check out this roadmap. It shows such a clear progression, right? This week, it's mastering spreadsheets, Google Sheets, Excel, the fundamentals. But then, coming up soon, a 2-day workshop on building an AI portfolio website. How cool is that? And then you hit the next level, a deep dive into machine learning and AI. This is the stuff that gets you excited to keep going. So, after breaking all this down, everything from the core principles of discipline all the way to this awesome roadmap with advanced AI, it really all comes down to one final, powerful question. A question for any of us, really. The program provides the blueprint. The path forward is totally clear. The only thing left in the equation is you. So the roadmap is clear, but is your commitment?